What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? Now!
What has yet to be seen is the mass change and the mass transformation of our systems that we have asked for.
Politicians are hearing it, the police are hearing it, but they are not doing anything about it.
Our team also talked about what concrete steps this government must take to fight racism and build a more inclusive Canada.
I have not seen concrete action that addresses anti-Blackness and systemic racism,
which shows a disregard for this massive public shift that has happened in support of Black people's lives.
The politicians that made promises to act, now is the time for us to hold them accountable to that. Now is the time for us to be asking, where are those changes? My name is Rodney DeVerlis. I am a founder of Black Lives Matter Canada.
Robin Maynard. I am the author of Policing Black Lives, State Violence in Canada from Slavery to the Present.
Adora Wofor. I am BLM YYC President.
My name is Marliane Lopez, Black Lives Matter Montreal, and a co-founding member of the Coalition to Defund the Police.
2021 is going to see a massive increase in Black-led projects, Black-led initiatives, Black-led groups, Black-led ideas.
Although perhaps the media attention has gone away, organizers are always at work.
Our tactics might be slightly different.
This is a time, rather than dialing down pressure, this is actually a moment to be increasing pressure on those very institutions and those very governments that have made promises.
This summer was a very emotional summer. The killing of George Floyd and Breonna Taylor brought a lot of grief to our communities.
Over just a 3-week period, we saw over 70 protests.
Oh, it was electric. It for sure was something that I've never experienced in Calgary.
Let this be the last march.
It was parents, it was aunts, it was grandparents, it was allies.
I'm just sick and tired of Black people getting killed. I have to do something about it.
We were protesting to never protest again.
We're basically in the same place, except slightly further back, because now people know and they're not doing anything that is actually quantifiable.
We saw corporations, we saw businesses, we saw government leaders saying the words Black Lives Matter, but in many ways we did not see a commitment to actually making those systemic changes.
Justin Trudeau, where are you?
Yes.
Cabinet has put together a work plan for the summer months. Our goal is to come up with strong policies that will help eliminate barriers facing Indigenous peoples, racialized people, and persons with disabilities.
We are never going to eradicate anti-Black racism with a statement. Now the protest is over, now is really an opportunity to keep putting pressure on our politicians. Those who signed Black Lives Matter statements, those who made tweets and said, yes, we are with you. Now is the time to follow up to those tweets.
I think some of the main obstacles is really the lack of political will when it comes to elected officials to actually implement the kind of changes that the Canadian population has been demanding.
If politicians en masse are not creating space for anti-racism to be at the forefront at every day, at every opportunity, they are failing us.
I think that there is some discrimination in Quebec, but there's no systemic discrimination.
Enough is enough! Enough is enough!
We can't just limit ourselves to conversations with government, because if we spend our time just convincing politicians that there is systemic racism, we're not going to have time to invest in, other projects of liberation.
when police attacks us, it's not enough. You have to do concrete changes.
The defunding the police campaign really is an entryway to talking about how can we divert our sort of reliance on a carceral police system.
We want money from the police specifically because the police budget is huge.
They don't understand that it's not just taking away from the police, it's giving to our communities.
There's actually been a demand to make sure that also, the disproportionately Black and Indigenous homeless populations in our cities are actually housed, in manners that are sustainable. It's about ending the kind of violence that actually is abandoning so many people living in Canada to poverty, people living with mental health issues, and it's about actually reinvesting public wealth in supporting people. I think we've seen some absolutely incredible wins. For example, either tabling or ending of police contracts of police in schools in Vancouver, in the Peel region, in Hamilton. We've seen in Halifax, for example, $500,000 that was slated to be used for an armored police tank being partially reinvested in community.
2021 is the opportunity not only to now go beyond introducing these terms, but actually lay out a foundation for what that looks like. What does defunding the police look like? Where could those funds be allocated to specifically? When I think about 2021, now we have the opportunity to lay down infrastructure, to lay down the bricks and mortar of a BLM movement that we can leave for generations.
It is the same work we are doing. It's the same work that Malcolm X and Martin Luther King and Harriet Tubman. Our tactics might be slightly different. So we might be on Zoom calls now. We might flood emails. It might look like a cookout where Black people are just enjoying themselves.
We start by, popular education, investing in education, because, it starts in our schools.
It's in the boardrooms, it's in the legislative chambers, it's in meetings, it's in community spaces.
We are specifically working on mentorship programs, getting some funding, trying to promote some Black joy.
Yeah, I'm really excited for the time that we can gather in many ways. Black communities have done all of this while being isolated as well, remembering that.
I'm going to ask everybody who has privilege to interrupt anti-Black racism, oppression, marginalization at every level, every moment that you can. It will be uncomfortable.
We have to commit ourselves beyond the strategic plan. We have to commit ourselves beyond the 1-year process. We have to commit ourselves beyond hiring the 1 to 2 people. We have to commit ourselves beyond reading one book about anti-Black racism. We actually have to commit ourselves for life. This is a lifelong journey. For us to achieve the sort of utopia that we're asking for requires a radical shift in the way that we do everything.